Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to Career Talk. My name is Kawera Rose Nyaga, and today we are talking about medicine and surgery as a career. I know at home at some point we've thought about this course and you are like, nah, that's not my thing. Probably it's too expensive, or I don't have the qualifications that are needed for me to study that. So today we want to discuss that here on Career Talk, and we want to find out what does it take for someone to study medicine and surgery here in Kenya. So to help me with this discussion is Sylvia Apath. She's a student at University of Nairobi, third year actually, and she'll be helping us understand what medicine and surgery is all about. So welcome so much into the show, Sylvia.
Sante.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so I think first of all, we want to know you, we want to know who you are, so we just know your name right now that you're Sylvia, but who are you really? Apart from studies, who are you?
Sylvia is an introvert and also can be talkative when I meet the right people.
Okay.
I have few skills and few talents. I can say I take public speaking really seriously. Most of the time in schools, we are allowed maybe to address our fellow colleagues. So public speaking is one of my skills. And also journaling, like I take time to write what I feel or what I think I should be feeling. And that's what keeps me busy most of the time if I'm not reading.
Wow. So you said you're an introvert, but you do speak to the right people.
Yeah, when I meet the right
That's interesting. For us, I think we are extroverts throughout. So let's talk about your course, Sylvia, and you're studying medicine and surgery at the University of Nairobi. So the first obvious question is, what qualifications must one have for them to enroll in this course?
Okay. I would like to say I'm a Model 2 student, meaning I'm not under the Kenyan government scholarship or something. My parents paid directly for my fee. So as a Model 2, we are given an aggregate of B+. We have to attain B+ and above, or if you have a clean B, you can also do medicine. Then there are these core subjects, the sciences, either biology or chemistry in high school. You should have scored a clean A. There's maths, and also we have English. You must attain good grades so that when they put the aggregates together, it should be above 45. When it's 45, you are allowed to sit for medicine. Below 45, or sometimes it might go higher at 47, or they can even lower it according to how people had performed in that year. So if they performed well, 45 and above, if there was challenges on that KCSE results, they can reduce it even to 42, 40.
So it depends on the performance, with that particular year.
The general performance of the students.
Okay. So you've talked about, about English. Do they consider Kiswahili?
Most of the time, no.
No. So Kiswahili, watu wameuma nje, I'm really sorry. So they actually consider English, sciences, that is biology and chemistry, and what else?
Mathematics or physics.
So around 4 core subjects, you must have scored an A.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then you mentioned that you're not under the government something.
Yeah,
so
scholarship.
does that mean? Exactly. What do you mean?
Oh, I'm a foreigner. I'm from South Sudan. So my birth certificate, all my documents shows that I'm not a Kenyan.
Okay.
So therefore, the school doesn't take me as a Kenyan citizen. I'm not registered under the Kenyan curriculum as Kenyan. So that allows me to pay for my own studies. And even when I passed my KCSE, I was not allocated school like by the government, like she should be maybe in certain university. No, I went looking for my own university after attaining the grade I got. So the best university I thought was for me was UON, because that's a school well known also in my country. They feel like it's a world university, and with the grade, I can also go with it in South Sudan and it will be recognized.
All right. So does this happen to all the foreigners, just out of curiosity? Like, if you're a foreigner and you're in Kenya, does that mean that the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education rather, will not allocate a school for you? You'll have to look for a school yourself?
Not really. We have like foreigners who are born in Kenya by foreign parents, but they've registered under Kenyan citizenship. So they'll be considered as Kenyan through registration. And also maybe through your school, back in school, we were given a chance to apply as Kenyans for the scholarship and stuff. But I realized my parents were able to like take care of my school, so I couldn't deny another kid that opportunity. So I just went with the chance I had.
So you can be allocated the school if you have registered as a Kenyan citizen.
Yeah.
So up to this point, Kenya still recognizes you as a foreigner.
Yeah, I'm a foreigner, but I've lived in Kenya for more than 23 years. I'm almost 24, so I've lived in Kenya for 23, born in Kakuma, North Turkana. So if I really wanted, I would have applied for the Kenyan citizenship, but I feel like the most I'm given is 2 citizenship. So if I use the Kenyan one, I'll deny myself maybe an opportunity to go abroad. So I'm still like checking things out.
So I mean, Sylvia, you've stayed with us for 23 years and you don't want to become part of us.
Not that I really don't want, but maybe there are greener pastures. So I'm still weighing things.
Okay, sawa. So did you always want to do medicine since you were a little kid, or this interest kind of developed while you were, in high school?
Throughout my primary, I had grades. I used to be among the top 3 students in my class, and my grades were really clean. So everybody was telling me like, you are polite, you are quiet, you are stuff. You can suit in the health sector. And also my dad, he checked me out and he's like, what can apply for you? You look like you care too much about your siblings, people around you. So check out doctor. But there was a time I was watching Grey Anatomy. It's a movie, a series stuff. And I saw what these doctors were doing. That was in class 6. And from there, I mistakenly told my dad I might become a doctor. And he stuck with that thing. He's like, that's it, no other career.
Why are you saying mistakenly? I mean, were you thinking of something else?
Yeah, if I was given an opportunity, I could have maybe gone for political science.
Wow.
Or I take stuff in books. I like reading and stuff. I could go for literature. But having strict parents also kept me on line, knowing that you are a doctor and you'll stay like that. And that's what I'm going for now.
So are you saying that you are in medicine because of majorly your parents' push, or this actually became something that you're also interested in?
At first it was like parents' push. But after going to school and meeting with brilliant mind and the people who are quiet but they're doing stuff, I was like, I can also do it. And that passion, meeting sick people and going through the lab, seeing the state of things, made me love medicine. So with time, I grew to love it. But at first, it was because of the parent. It's like,
well, if your dad is watching the show, you could probably expect some scolding. But anyway, let's talk about the timeline or the time frame for studying medicine. How really long does it take? Okay, people say that it takes 6 years. Is that true?
Yeah, it's 6 plus 1 year internship. So it's a total of 7. But with the time, if you want to like specify with a certain course, maybe you want to do pediatrics, neurosurgeon and stuff, there are some years you have to sacrifice to complete them. A total of 12 years if you are very serious. What? So you have to sacrifice. And also, people will say it's 6 years to finish the degree, 1 year internship, but there is also something called retake. If you don't get the right grades, you will retake the year. So that might waste your time in school. And by the time you are completing, maybe you've spent 8 or even 10 years doing a degree that is worth 6 years.
Wow, I'm actually shocked because I'm like, even 7 years is a lot. You said you're in 3rd year, right? Yeah. So you have 4 years to go. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's
worth it anyway. So let's also talk about the degree. I mean, for you to start studying medicine, you have to start from the degree. It's not like the other courses where you can start from diploma, certificate. How does it really happen in your course? In
my course, it's a degree. Like if you want to do pure Bachelor of Medicine and stuff, it has to be a degree. But there are those colleges and universities offering the diploma part of it, but you'll still have to go back and do the degree. It's just like a branching off. in case you didn't get the clean grades to take you forward.
Yeah. So you're saying that, for example, if someone really didn't score the A's and probably they're a nurse or something, you know, not exactly a doctor, is it possible for them to advance gradually until they actually are qualified to now study for a degree?
Yes, you can.
That's very much possible. All right. So let's also talk about, you mentioned that your dad is, you know, capable of paying school fees for you. So you can talk to the, you know, a lot of people are watching, even people who are finished their high school studies. So is it affordable to study medicine, especially here in Kenya? How is it just generally?
I won't say it is that affordable, but for the lucky students who are under government, they are taking care of it. But there's that some amount you are left with to cater for as a parent, maybe 50K, 60. It will be tougher for people who come from a little poor background. But for us, Module 2, our fee ran from 250K per semester to around 300. So it's expensive, but it takes a bold parent who is willing to sacrifice everything to see the kid move forward. And when we say that my parents are able, it's not that the money is there intact waiting for Sylvia to continue with school. No, he has to sacrifice some things. Like he might have wished to buy a house, like a car, like other parents, but he has to close his eyes and say, I have to push this girl forward. So that's the sacrifice he has to make.
250,000 per semester is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
So how long is a semester? One semester? Is it 3 months?
It's around 4 to 5. We don't have tri-semesters. We have only 2 semesters, which might take 4 to 5 months. Then the other one 4 to 5 months. That's how we do it. So it's a total of around 480K per year.
So that's you know, basically around 500,000 per year. And you've not even included the accommodation, you know, your food and etc. Well, as you put it, it's a long shot, but you know, for a parent who is actually willing to give this kind of a gift to their kid, then they can actually do that as long as they have the money. So let's now delve into the career or the course. You know, we just assume, or you know, the people who are out here like me, assume you're just going to study about how to treat people. So what is medicine and surgery as a course really about? What do you guys study?
If we start by looking at first years, we learn like the basics. There's anatomy, physiology, biochem. We also did computer, whereby you have to be in touch with the laptops and stuff so that you'll know, you'll be going with the trends, what's happening around you. And with anatomy, it's like we go to the labs, we check like cadaver is a dead body, we check it out, you talk about the veins, the muscles, the bones, you talk about everything. So it's just like the knowledge in biology back in primary and high school. We are just trying to build up what we already knew. We knew there was femur, we knew there was tibia, but now what is it all about? It's about knowing your environment, getting in touch with the science. It's a science of medicine. Is about knowing how the human body functions and the diseases and how to treat them, the medication. We talk about everything and how as human beings you can interact with your fellow human beings at a scientific level. Like you will socialize with them like the way you socialize outside, but there's that etiquette when it comes to medicine. It's all about that.
All right. So when you say also the course is actually, you know, the course is called medicine and surgery. So what is the relationship between medicine and surgery? Is it one and the same thing, or what is the relationship between the two?
Like we were told, by the time we are graduating with 2 certificates, 2 degrees, one in medicine and one in surgery. Medicine entails the normal things we know already, how to take care of the disease, how to heal them, the medication for it, how you treat malaria and the stuff. Then when it comes to surgery, now that is the practical part, whereby you can operate on someone but we also have those who are dealing with animals. When you operate on someone, there are things you're going to find. And how are you going to handle like the kidney transplant, heart transplants? Now that's the part of surgery. And when we reach maybe physio, we now get to decide which one you want. Are you going to do the general medicine whereby you can become a clinician? Ukae hapo kwa pharmacy, you sell drugs, or you be treating people at public health, ama you go with now surgery whereby you'll be called a surgeon. Either you operate on the brain or the heart. Now it's for you to decide which one you want to intake.
So it means that by the end of the, when you reach around the 5th year, you'll have to decide which route you want to take. Is it medicine or surgery? All right. But when you're starting, you start with learning everything.
Yeah.
Right. So where do you really want to, to venture into?
As I started, I mistakenly told my dad I wanted to become a neurosurgeon, and he's still sticking with that. But how I've seen things in the lab and stuff,
we took a ground in
different sana. I'm thinking of going with the pediatric. I deal with kids and stuff. If not, I can even choose cardiology, though it's a little bit technical. So I'll see what
cardiology exactly.
Cardiologist is someone who deals with the heart. Cardiovascular is the heart itself. So anything to do with the heart is now the cardio itself. So.
Wow. I'm telling you, today we are kind of in the hospital. We are also, Sylvia is talking about very big names that probably you and I cannot understand, but I'm here to ensure that, we get those answers exactly how we want them to be. So this is DGTV. The show is Career Talk. My name is Kawera Rose-Nyaga. I have Sylvia Adau Apath with me in the studio. She is a medicine student at University of Nairobi, and we're just trying to figure out what is this course about. And if you are there and you've always wanted to venture into this, then this is the right episode for you. Right about now, we want to take a very short break. Please don't go any further.